Today, we're taking a deep dive into some affordable quality tools that you probably haven't seen before. And when I say affordable, I mean under 25 bucks, and most of these tools are under 15. So let's dive into these 6 WEN tools today and see if there's something you need for your shop. So if you haven't dabbled into any WEN tools, it's probably about time, as they're putting out some high quality tools at a very reasonable price. At least that's been my experience so far, as I've taken a look at their biscuit joiner, their track saw, and even their bandsaw. And not only that, but they're also making some great measuring and marking tools that I use on a regular basis. And no, not every WEN tool is perfect, as you can see from this video here, as I had some issues with their pocket hole joiner. But even with that tool's failure, I've got about a 95% success rate with every WEN tool that I purchased. And no, this video is not sponsored, and just like every WEN tool that I have, I've purchased this with my own money. So let's dive into these 6 smaller WEN tools that I got for under $25 a piece and see how they stack up. This is the WEN 4-volt cordless screwdriver, perfect for doing things like hanging pictures. You know, I got a lot of pictures in my trailer that my buddy drew. Yeah, they're all realistic drawings of Ford F-150s. He gets all the ladies. Shouldn't be surprised though, he's a real pickup artist. So I haven't quite decided if this is going to be a shop item or a household item, and I'm hoping to find that out today. Now this is the most expensive thing we're taking a look at today, but surprisingly it's still under 22 bucks. But let's see if it's even worth that by tearing into the box. Now after opening that box, I'm already pretty impressed, as I wasn't expecting this screwdriver to come in a carrying case. If we open up that case with the 2 orange latches on the side, you can see this thing comes with quite a few accessories. First off, we're going to get the screwdriver itself along with a charging cord, and that charging cord can be plugged directly into the back of the screwdriver to get it charged up. And if we look at the case itself, you're going to see there's a lot of accessories here, not only on the bottom of the case, but also on the lid, including 8 sockets, 29 specialty bits, as well as 6 extension screwdriver bits. Not to mention, it also has a 2-inch magnetic bit extension for maximum reach. And there really is every type of bit you could possibly need, including Phillips head, slotted, Torx, and even hex. But let's dive into the screwdriver itself to see what functions it has. The first thing you'll notice is it's got a very comfortable rubber handle with a pistol grip. Right beside that trigger, you're going to find an orange mechanical switch that either allows you to drive in a screw or extract one. Let's move on and take a look at the chuck of this screwdriver. As you can see, this is a hexagonal chuck, and it is indeed magnetic. And it's those 2 orange tabs on the side that either allow you to rotate this chuck in the clockwise or counterclockwise direction. Now one thing to know about this screwdriver is it is not a variable speed screwdriver. As soon as you pull that trigger, it's either on or off. If we look at the front of the screwdriver, you're going to notice it's got a small LED light to light your way as you go to drive in your screws. But believe it or not, that's not the only light on this screwdriver, as there's another feature with this tool that I had no idea about until I picked it up. That's right, on the very bottom of the handle of this screwdriver, there's actually a flashlight. And this flashlight is simply turned on and off by a small orange switch at the very base of the handle. Now we already mentioned that this screwdriver has a pistol grip, but there's actually another configuration you can have with this screwdriver. By simply depressing the orange tab on the top of the screwdriver, you can transform this to a pistol grip to a straight grip, giving you 2 different configurations for driving in screws, and the screwdriver is started by that same trigger that was used on the pistol grip. But let's make sure this thing is powerful enough to drive a screw into your wall by driving a screw into a 2x4. And it does indeed seem to be powerful enough to drive a screw all the way down into this 2x4. However, I will have to say this screwdriver doesn't feel that powerful, and it seems like it was even struggling with that 2x4, and when I try it on some hickory, it just won't get through it. And because of that, in my opinion, this is more of a household item than a shop item. But I do like the fact that this screwdriver comes in a case with all sorts of bits, has a flashlight, and has multiple configurations. And for just 22 bucks, I think it's about what you can expect for a tool like this. But we've got more WEN tools to take a look at. Let's move on to our next one. This is the WEN 6.1-inch digital caliper. Let's check it out. I've been working on a business opportunity the last couple of weeks. Yeah, it's a belt with digital clocks all around it. My baby's mama doesn't think it will work out. She says it's a waste of time. So WEN offers 3 different levels of digital calipers, and this is by far the cheapest one, coming in at under 14 bucks. And if I didn't have the cost restraints of $25 for this video, I probably would have sprung for one of the nicer ones. But I think it'll be nice to see what you get for this rock bottom price caliper. Now right off the bat, I'm already pretty impressed, as I wasn't expecting to get a carrying case with this item. But let's open up that case and see what comes with this kit. One of the first things I notice is it does indeed come with a 2032 battery. Not only that, but but it also comes with a small screwdriver so that you can unlatch the side and slide in that battery. Now with the battery in place, we can begin to take a look at the caliper. So why is this caliper so much more inexpensive than WEN's other calipers? Well, it has everything to do with the material that the ruler on the caliper is made of. This ruler is indeed made out of plastic. However, if it can be just as accurate as some of those stainless steel calipers, I'll be pretty happy. So we'll test this thing out in just a minute, but let's get into some of the features so that we can understand this tool. One of the first things that I noticed as I turned this caliper on is it's got a huge display, which is great for me as my eyes are getting pretty bad. Now obviously that on and off button is right in the center of the caliper, but let's get into what the other two buttons do. On the left, you're going to find the millimeter, inch, and fraction button. This allows you to scroll through millimeter measurements, inch measurements, and even inches with fraction measurements. On the right hand side, you're going to find the 0 button. This allows you to not only find incremental measurements from a starting point, but it also allows you to calibrate the tool at the 0 point. Next, let's take a look at the jaws of the caliper. Just like any other caliper, it not only has external jaws, but also internal jaws. This means you can not only get the measurement on the exterior of any piece of material, but also the interior. Not only that, but at the very bottom of the ruler, there's a little rod that can be used not only as a depth gauge, but also a height gauge. So it really does have all the features that you expect with a caliper, but let's take a look at the ruler of the caliper and get a better understanding of it. Now, as we said earlier, this is a 6.1 inch caliper. However, if we extend the caliper to its furthest setting, you can see it's just a little bit bigger, which is great because if you're dealing with any measurement around 6 inches, you can get an accurate readout of that measurement. You'll also notice that the ruler itself is extremely easy to read, having a black background and white writing, which is especially nice for my old eyes. But I really don't rely upon that ruler, as I'm typically looking at the readout on this tool. Let's test this tool and see how accurate it is. Let's start off with an imperial measurement. In this case, I'm going to use a 23rd 32nd setup block. And as I wrap that caliper around that setup block, you can see it gives me the perfect readout of 23 32nds. Now let's use a metric setup block of 16 millimeters. And just like before, as I wrap my caliper around that metric setup block, you can see it reads out at a perfect 16 millimeters. And the resolution of this tool is pretty amazing, as they claim it has a resolution of 5/10,000ths of an inch with inches with decimals, and 1/128th of an inch with inches with fractions, and 1/100th of a millimeter for metric. And with that type of accuracy for just over 13 bucks, I think this might be a great pickup. But let's move on to our next item, which is the cheapest item of the day at under 12 bucks. This is the WEN 5-inch protractor. Let's give it a quick look. You know, that reminds me, my math teacher from high school was arrested the other day. In his house, they found a protractor, a calculator, and a ruler. Yeah, he was arrested for carrying weapons of math instruction. So this is an item that's intrigued me for quite some time now, and I've been meaning to pick it up for about the last year. Now, as we get this thing out of the box, this is the first item of the day that doesn't actually have a carrying case. Now, this is a pretty basic item with just a couple of functions. However, I think both of these functions are pretty valuable for any shop. As we take a look at this tool for the first time, one of the first things you'll notice is this thing is extremely easy to read with a black background and laser-etched white writing. The first function of this ruler is as a ruler, and this is an imperial ruler going from 0 all the way up to 5.5 inches. And if we look at the base of this ruler, you can see that all the increments for this ruler are right at a 1/16th of an inch. Now the scale for this ruler goes from the end of the ruler to the protractor itself, which in my opinion is in the opposite direction it should go. And that's because I would have liked to use the very bottom of that protractor as a lip, slide it up against the edge of my workpiece, and get a measurement from the edge of my material. But with the layout the way it is, that simply just isn't possible. Leave a comment below and let me know if you know why they have the scale going in the direction it is. The second function of this tool is the protractor. Let's take a closer look at that. As you can see, you have 180 degrees rotation with this protractor, which is really pretty nice. And there's even a small pointer with a tiny little white hash mark on the very tip so that you can get an accurate readout. And in the very center of that protractor, there's a small knob that you can twist to either loosen the protractor or tighten it into place. And I envision using a tool like this kind of like a T-bevel, only this item will tell you your degree measurement right away. But is this item actually accurate? Well, let's do a couple of tests starting off at 90. With that angle locked into place, I'll strike a line and then grab my woodpecker square and see how accurate it is. And as I take a closer look, you can see that both of those lines are perfectly parallel, but let's do a second test, which is right at 45. So I'll take my protractor, change the angle to 45, tighten it down, and then strike a line at the 45-degree marking. Then I can just take my woodpecker's delve square, strike a secondary line, and we can take a closer look. And as you can see, once again, both lines are perfectly parallel, giving me some assurance that this tool is accurate. And although I don't think this tool is perfect, especially the ruler portion of this tool, I do think it's pretty interesting and it might be worth having in your shop. Well, that takes us through our first 3 WEN tools, but we've got 3 more to check out. Let's move on to our next one. Before we do that, however, if you wouldn't mind, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, and share this video. It truly does help out this woodworking channel and helps this channel grow. And if you haven't already, check out my website, FlynnDoggWoodwork.com, where you can get access to all sorts of fun woodworking accessories like all the t-shirts that I wear in my videos. And I've just released some new models of shirts. And if any of these WEN tools we take a look at today interest you, I'll be sure to leave links in the description below so that you can go check them out for yourself. And finally, if you'd like to support this channel even further, check out my channel memberships where you can get early access to all my videos as well as 1 member video a week. Now let's move on to our next WEN tool. This is the WEN 2-inch tool setup gauge, perfect for all your equipment. You know, equipment reminds me of another business opportunity I've been working on. Yeah, it's a gym that brings the fitness equipment right to your front door, whether you want it or not. Yeah, I'm gonna call it Jehovah's Fitness. So I've looked at a tool very similar to this one in the past, and I wasn't that impressed, and I think that's because I purchased it on Temu. So I'm hoping that WEN's quality standards are just a little bit better, but let's get it out of the box and see what it looks like. Now, just after glancing at this tool for a couple of seconds, I can already tell this tool is going to be a heck of a lot better. The big difference between this WEN tool and the item that I purchased on Temu is that little arm that sticks out of the very front of the tool. When I purchased a very similar item on Temu, this arm was not flat, but this one appears to be completely flat and flush with the bottom of the tool. But let's take a look at how we can use this thing, starting off by taking a look at the 2 scales that are on the base of the tool. If we take a closer look at those scales, you'll notice that they're both about 2 inches, and they have 1/16 inch increments, but they reference different parts of this tool. The scale on the right references the very bottom of the tool to the very bottom of that arm, while the scale on the left still references the bottom of the tool, but it references the very top of that arm. And both of these scales can come in very handy when doing setup on things like your table saw or even your router table. Since the base of this tool is 3 to 8 inches wide with a reach of 4.5 inches, it gives you a very stable footing when you go to do your measurements, allowing you to reference the cast iron of your table saw versus the throat plate, giving you a much more accurate reading. And adjusting this tool really is a breeze, and it has everything to do with that bronze knob that's right on the side of the tool. Simply turn that knob to loosen it up, find your measurement, in this case 3/4 of an inch, and then twist that knob to tighten it into place. Then you can place this thing either at your table saw or your router table and adjust your blade or your bit accordingly, giving you a perfect setup each and every time. But if you're worried about damaging your blade or your bit on the very bottom of that arm, you can reference the top of that arm with your fingertip. You just have to make sure you're referencing that left-hand scale versus the right-hand scale. And because this item is so easy to use and so stable to use, I think it might be a great pickup for anybody with a table saw or a router table. Well, I think that item might be tied for my favorite so far, along with that caliper, but we've got some more items to check out. This is the WEN corner radius template set. Let's give it a look. You know, last week I was in a dark alley where I saw 4 Irishmen standing in a corner. Pretty sure there was a 5th. So this is another item that I think is excellent for anybody with a router table, as it just makes everything a heck of a lot more safe. If we open up this box that was kind of damaged during shipping, you can see that this item doesn't have very many pieces, even though it's a 7-piece set. Now, as I take a look at all the pieces that came inside this box, I'm already very disappointed. Either I didn't get this tool as a new product, or the machining with this tool is very poor. Now, most of these pieces appear to be in pretty good shape. However, there's one piece, the 3/4 inch radius, that's completely damaged, which means I'll absolutely be returning this item and I won't be able to recommend this tool for anyone. However, let's take a look at how it's supposed to work, assuming you don't get any damaged pieces. This tool comes with 8 different sized radiuses that you can incorporate with the tool, including 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch, 1/2 inch, 5/8 inch, as well as 3/4 inch. And it even has 1 inch and 1 1/4 inches incorporated into the frame of the tool. To attach any of the smaller radiuses, you'll simply slide it into the frame of the tool and then take the small bolt and tighten it into place with the hex key. And as I tighten that bolt or screw into place, you can even see there's some damage on the frame of the tool. But with that radius now secured to the frame of the tool, I can now add 4 pins. These will be screwed into the bottom of the frame that will be used as a reference point on your material that you're going to route. And you can see how those pins will cradle your workpiece once you go to use the jig. Once you have your jig set up, you can secure a template bit to your router table. Then it's just a matter of lowering that bit until the bearing on the bit rests up against the radius that you want to cut. With everything now set up, you're going to use the oval that's on the very top of the jig to secure the jig in place with your material. Then by holding the jig into place using that oval handle, you can flip your router on and route out that radius right onto your material. And once you remove that jig, you can see how perfectly rounded that corner is. So even though mine either came damaged from the factory or was a return that Amazon just didn't notice was damaged, this thing does indeed work. I just won't be able to recommend this tool as I don't know where the damage came from. But let's move on to our next item, which I'm hoping doesn't have the same issues. This is the WEN Multifunction Drill Guide. Let's give it a look.
You know, speaking of drills, they had a fire drill at the sperm bank the other day. Yeah, everybody gathered in the parking lot before the alarm went off. I guess you could say it was a premature evacuation.
So I've taken a look at quite a few drill guides, including the Mousecraft as well as the Craig, so I thought I'd see how this WEN stacks up. One of the first things I noticed as I unboxed this thing feels pretty hefty, and it's got a lot of weight to it. And I guess there's a reason for that, as this thing is made out of heat-treated coated steel. Now if we compare this drill guide to the Craig or the Mousecraft, you can see there's a ton more holes here. In fact, there's 17 of them. And these drill guides go from 1/8 of an inch all the way up to 3/8 of an inch in 64th inch increments. In fact, the only hole that this WEN drill guide is missing versus those Mousecraft and the Craig ones is the 1/2 inch drill guide. Now it's nice that the WEN has all these different size drill hole options, however it's very difficult to read as it's black writing on a black background. If we flip that WEN over, you'll see that there's a V-groove, which can be perfect for drilling into round stock like some dowels. You'll also notice that on the ends and the sides of this drill guide there's little notches, and this can be used for alignment purposes so that you know exactly where your hole will go. And it even has indentions on either side of the drill guide to give you a firm grip and prevent the drill guide from twisting. And I'll have to say, having these smaller drill guide holes is really appreciated, as a lot of the other jigs have the larger holes and they're just too large to use in my woodworking. And since this thing has such a heavy weight to it and it's made of high quality material, I think it's definitely worth any woodworker to have in their shop. Well, that sure was a whole lot of fun checking out all of these smaller WEN tools for under 25 bucks. I think the definite winners, at least for me, were that height gauge, the calipers, as well as that drill guide. But it sure was fun to check out all of these low-cost WEN items and see how they stacked up. Well, I really appreciate you joining me today, and don't forget to check out Bert's latest jokes at the end of this video. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, and share this video. It truly does help. And if you haven't already, check out my website, Flynndogwoodwork.com, where you can get access to all sorts of fun woodworking accessories like all the t-shirts that I wear in my videos. And I've just released some new models of shirts. And just like always, if any of these WEN tools we took a look at today interest you, I'll be sure to leave links in the description below so that you can go check them out for yourself. And last but not least, if you'd like to support the channel even further, check out my channel memberships where you can get early access to all my videos as well as one member video a week. Until next time, take care as always.
Yes, sir. So I was at the pub last night when I ran into my ex. She started dancing on the table, so I said, nice legs. I don't think she got it though because she gave me a smile. And the other table I'd seen her dance on had collapsed in a few seconds. She's kind of big. Yes. Let's give this one a try. So have you heard about the chicken that can draw pictures of poo? Yeah, they say that cock can doodle-doo. Yes. All right, last try. So my uncle tried to take a picture of me and my cousins at a dairy farm in Wisconsin the other day when he got crushed by a roll of cheese. Yeah, we tried to tell him, but I guess he didn't hear us.